Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back here on the bridge, and today, yes, we will be on the Echelon. So graciously gifted to us by Admiral Mikey. Mikey, thank you. This video is for you. Hopefully you enjoy it as much as I've been enjoying this ship. But before we get further into this video, Caps, do us a favor. Hit the like button to help this video, to help the channel. And of course, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to the YouTube bridge, where we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains to share our love, passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. And yes, again, we are on the Echelon, which is the Echelon Intel Science Spearhead. Thank you, Mikey, again, for your support to us here on the YouTube bridge. So what I want to do in this video is go over the build. So the weapons, space set, consoles, stations, traits, and DOFs, and then take it into a Cure Advance and see how she does. Well, we know how she does, but I just want to show you Caps here. So let's get right into it. So again, it is the Echelon Intel Science Spearhead. So Caps that have been with me on the bridge here knows that Sci-Fu is just not my thing. And normally what I have done with ships like this is turn it into torp boats, because it kind of synergizes well for me, to be honest with you. And I actually can do that with the ship because one of the stations is actually command. But I decided to do something a little different, and this is what we're going to go over now. So in the 4 weapons, I decided to go aux phaser dual heavy cannons. Now these bad boys are from the Vesta ships. I have not used them in a long while, and as of the drop of this video, we all know cannons are the rage here in Star, or at least they're one of the best performing weapons builds that we have. So I thought, why not give it a shot, right? And you know what? I was actually pleasantly surprised. So I do have 4 of these on, and you can see they're all the aux phaser dual heavy cannons, reroll to crit DM damage 4, and again, I got them from the Vesta, which is still the Vesta. Now the space set, nothing too different. Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter Deflector from your fleet colony. Got the Deterring Secondary Deflector, which I just got from the exchange. The engines, the Prevailing Innovated Impulse engines from the competition rep. The Tholian Nucleating Warp Core, which we got from the event, Tholian event, a while back. And then for shields, we're still using the Tilly's Review pending modified shields, which is again on the Discovery rep. Now for the aft weapons, we went with the Pulse Phaser Turret, just because, to give a little different visual to it. Got that off the exchange. I don't normally use this one, the Advanced Inhibiting Phaser Heavy Turret, because of its visuals, but it does have a plus 2% bonus all damage, so I'm going to put it on there. And you just get this from your Gamma rep. And lastly, to round off the aft weapons, the Trilithium Enhanced Phaser Turret, which is from the featured episode Nexus. And of course, the one awesome thing about this is it gives you weapon haste, or chance for weapon haste. So 2.5% chance. So there you go. Now for devices, nothing too different. The Kobayashi Maru Transponder for its buff goodness. The Energy Candy for the plus 20% bonus energy weapon damage for 20 seconds and plus 30 Starship Shield Pen for 20 seconds. Maybe we should top off on that, yeah? There you go. And to round off, Deuterium Surplus for the evasive maneuvers in a can. On to the consoles. So this is what we decided to do. We have the Sequential Warhead Loader. This is from the C-Store Connie, which we love now. Can't believe that it's in game there, but this is one of my favorite consoles because it actually gives us plus 42.75 Starship Projectile Shield Pen, but the actual clicky, 3 torpedoes disables shields, AoE kinetic damage, so 90% targeting arc. So foes the first hit, shield subsystem offline. Love that. Second hit, 28,601.5 kinetic damage on the main target. And the third hit is 23,834, which is kinetic damage up to 10 foes within a 2.5 click radius. So that is absolutely awesome. And it gives me my torpedoes, because you know, Caps, for my cannon builds, we love to try to use torpedoes. Now, on screen, the Echelon was from Star Trek Picard. We never actually saw it fire anything. I know that there was a sequence there in Picard that we had all the ships firing on the starbase on ESD. I didn't really see this ship. So I'm just, in my mind, we're gonna put cannons on it, because why not? Anyways, next up, the Domino, which is from the Bajoran Interceptor. For its plus 15% phaser damage, plus 20 AC rating. But for the clicky, weapon damage plus haste extended by kills for 10 seconds. So as you see there, 25% fire cycle haste for energy weapons, plus 25% bonus all damage, plus 25% recharge speed for bridge officer abilities, plus 100% recharge speed for torpedo weapons. So this is just one of my stable consoles. I really can't live without it, to be honest with you, Caps. But if you defeat a foe, plus 2 seconds for the duration to all effects. So that is absolutely awesome. Again, this is from the Bajoran Interceptor, which you can get from the Phoenix prize pack at Epic tier. Next, we are using the Agony Redistributor. This was from the Adamant. Plus 10 inertia rating, plus 17.1 flight speed, so it kind of helps, but it reapplies portion of damage dealt in area of effect each second. For up to 12 seconds, amount of hull depleted from the target is stored. Each second deals phaser damage equal to 33% of stored value. Ignore shields and half resistances. To up to 10 foes within 5 clicks of target foe. So I remember when this came out, this was a little bit broken. There has been an adjustment to the console. It's still somewhat broken, but we're using it because why not? It helps. It helps. Next up, we are using the Emulating Phaser Lance. This is from the Deimos Pilot Destroyer, which you can get for your event prize. We love it for the lancingness. Major Lance, plus 15.8% phaser damage, plus 43.8 Starship Shield Pen. Great console. I actually just love this one too, especially when it comes to my phaser builds. Next is the Fleet Power Network Array. This is from your Awani. Enhance ally and pets they control, but to friend and up to 12 pets they control. Now this is also going to help us, but plus 50% to 125% directed energy damage. Fire cycle haste, that's what we're going for. That's what we are going for. And every 3 seconds, it has a 60% chance to apply one of the beam overloads or cannon rapid fire or torpedo high yield. So it's going to help us with maybe giving us that cannon rapid fire just because. Why not? Next up is the Custom Power Matrix. This is from the Helios, which was a winter event ship prize. And we use it for all of its buffness. All of its buffness, as you can see there, while it's slotted in either of the engineering, science, or tactical slots, the different bonuses that you will get. We have it in science, because why not? We get plus 20 shield power, because we know we want shield, I guess. I should probably put this in engineering, huh? Plus 20 ox power. You know what? Let's do that. Let's just switch this quickly here. I just realized that would probably work a lot better for this if we did that. Let's switch that. Just realized we need the ox power because those cannons thrive off of ox. Let's just put this back here on the tray, and then just find Redistributing Agony, so we still have that on the tray. This is on the fly change that we decided to make. Oh, and I just glazed over it somewhere. Oh, there it is. There you go. Okay, that's what we're doing. We switch it up, but still, it works fine. Next up, the Dynamic Power Redistributor Module from the Atlas, aka Prototype Dreadnought. Plus 11.3 all damage or resistance rating, plus 9% directed energy damage. We love it for the clicky. For 20 seconds, plus 40% bonus damage, plus 100 bonus damage resistance rating, plus 500% hull region, aka holy save my aft please button. Next up is the Tracer Payloads device. This is actually the console that comes with the ship. So obviously we're going to use it, and we're going to have it here on the build. So the Tracer Payloads device, when leaving combat, plus 200% flight speed for 15 seconds, expires when entering combat. So it doesn't really help us, but sure. But it is actually a good console for team play. Why? Well, plus crit chance team-wide buff to self. Your directed energy weapons apply stacks of tracer payloads. And you can see their trail 50 max for 25 seconds. To team within 10 clicks, plus 1% critical chance per stack while actively targeting a foe affected by tracer payloads. So I'm marking the enemy, everyone else is unloading on them. Good console, I like it. And again, that comes with the ship. So this console here, the Subspace Fracture Tunneling Field, this has become one of my favorite consoles. There's a little bit of micromanaging with this, but this came from the recent ship of the Vovin. It was an event prize ship, but as you see, it's plus 30% hull regen. Subspace Fracture Tunnel, teleport to foe or ally. As you can see, is area effect hold. Temp HP per foe affected, reduce console cooldown. That is the main thing about this console. It reduces the universal consoles that we have on this build. So on a typical ISC run, Infected Space Elite, we would be able to use the console there, DPRM, maybe just once. Now we're able to use it like 2 to 3 times, depending how long it takes, which is absolutely insane. That's what we're using for. Now, the micromanaging of this, so that you don't teleport to the targets unless you don't want to, you'd have to target off, hit escape, so that you don't target anything and don't go to that target, hit the console, and then tab back to your target so you can continue firing. That's the little micromanagement that I've had to do. I know some, other players like Spencer, shout out to you, has this on a keybind where it's just press of a button. I can do it fast enough. So you probably will see that while I'm doing the pure advanced run. But it's a great console. And to top off the build, the last 2 things here is the advanced tactical vulnerability locators for the plus 39.4% phaser damage and plus 2% critical chance. Now, originally how I had this build was I was actually using the ISOMAGs, because the ISOMAGs also actually provides the plus 39.4% phaser damage, but of course it also gives the plus weapon power. And I was thinking, yeah, I'll use that for my turrets in the back, because this is mostly the aux cannons, I have maxed out my aux power there, but of course that had to deplete from the power. So my thinking was, yeah, let's just boost that up. But I just made the change before making this video to these because I thought the plus 2% critical chance would be better. And I think it was a better choice to do so. So that is what it is. And again, you get this from your fleet Spire. So that's the build on her. Now, in terms of stats, what this gives me is a crit chance of 36.4% and a crit severity of 150%. Now, I do have my Pendevers helping me, but I'm only at level 600. I do have 238 points. But the reason I'm not spending them is just to kind of show, I know, especially for newer captains, it's a daunting task, even now. So this video, they did already raise the Endeavor cap, but we were doing fine before the cap, and we're still doing fine now. One day, will I actually fill this up? Maybe, but today's not the day. But keep in mind, I do have 600 points helping me, which was, again, the max at one point. So I have everything. Well, actually, as you can see, there's new abilities there, but again, I'm not using it because I'm trying to make a point that you can still do okay-ish. Anyways, go on here to the skills. I have not changed this in years, and I don't plan on changing it. So you can see I have 8 spent in engineering, 10 spent in psi, and 28 in tactical. My specializations is primary intel and secondary temp. Oh, we're gonna turn that off. Sorry, Caps. That was supposed to be on there, but it's going to be on there. There you go. My apologies. So that is my specializations. Trait-wise, this is what we have going on. That was kind of a funky music we had going there, sir. Why not? Let's just say there's another ship trying to hail us. We'll just ignore that for now. So personal space traits, this is what we got going on. A good day to die. Adaptive offense. Fragment of AI tech. Inspirational leader. Unconventional systems. Intelligence agent attaché. Self-modulating fire. Terran targeting systems. Superior cannon training. And the Boimler effect. I believe everything but the superior cannon training I just got from the exchange. Actually, this fragment of AI tech was gifted to us by Poctoy, so shout out to you, Poctoy. Thank you. Now for Starship traits, and again, I forgot to mention this, I did not T6X2 this ship. For me, I always want to see how a ship does right out of the box. So I only have 5 Starship traits that I have to work with, and this is what we chose. Withering Barrage, of course, to extend our cannon scatter volley. That you can get from the Valiant. Or, in the Klingon recruitment events, hopefully you got it, the Machala Bird of Prey, which is an account unlock. Just for doing the KDF recruitment event. Mercy Weapon Cycle. Gotta love this from the Arbiter, if I'm not mistaken. The Avenger, one of the, whatever that ship is. Ships of the line, this is from the Legendary Inquiry. The Universal Designs, we did a recent video on this trait because this comes on the Crossfield Refit, which now, as the drop of this video, is in the Mud Store. And it gives wonderful, wonderful boosts to your crit chance and severity when using Universal Consoles. And lastly, the Ruin of Our Wallet, or the Ruin of Our Enemies trait. That was from the D7 there, which you get again from the event campaign, because the bonuses are just still way too good. So there's that. Now the space rep, this is what we decided to go with. Advanced targeting systems. Aux power configuration offense. Precision, magnified firepower, and Tyler's duality. Stations, this is what we did, left to right, top to bottom. So we have Beam Overload 1 to help us with movement speed. This procs the innervated impulse engines. Distributed targeting. Tractor beam. Chemosite lace weaponry, because I had nothing really else to put there, so I'm going to use that. Attack pattern beta. Cannon scatter volley 2, which is the main damage dealer. Now, emergency power to aux. So, of course, because I need to try to keep my aux hot to help my aux phaser cannons, I decided to go with this. I still think the benefit of emergency weapon cycle 3 is more, to have that 16.6% bonus energy weapon damage, because the lower rank you get, the lower percentage you get of that bonus energy weapon damage. And of course, bonus means Cat 2 damage. So I decided to keep that, but I wanted to try to help my aux keep the power levels up so that I can keep those weapons hot. Mint unstable warp bubble, and of course emergency power to weapons 3. And this is an intel ship, so this will be used here. Violent impulse burst, scramble sensors, override subsystem safety, so that's also going to help with keeping our power levels up, and ionic turbulence 3. So there's that. Now we go to our dupes. 2 ground, helping us in space, Neil Falconer. That is increased damage versus a bird. And then Elder Malikatan, space increased damage versus all. And for our DOF, this is what we did. We have the Energy Weapons Officer. As you can see, 2 of them gives us a chance to stack crit chance when we fire energy weapons, and one of them a chance to stack crit severity upon firing our energy weapons. Delirene for increased damage versus the bird. Agent Neural to give us a little bit of hull using attack pattern beta. And just a damage control engineer, chance to reduce the recharge time for emergency power to subsystem abilities. So that is the build. So now what we're going to do is take it into a cure, advance, and see how she does. What we'll do is go to the left docking station, clear that off, head over to the right, and as we do, clear all the ships heading towards the Kang, clear off the right station, finish off the middle, and then finish the TFO. So that is what we're going to do. But before that, actually, what I want to do is give a shout out to my caps who are hanging out here with us in space to look pretty. So we have William, Emperor Will, Forrest Grump, Anthony Taylor, Brooks, Alex Juno, and Lucifer. Shout out to you, my caps. Thank you for being a part of this video. Thank you for supporting the channel. So what we'll do is queue up for the cure advance. Leave that first and see how we do. Again, I know how it does, but I want to show you caps how it does. Right away. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Let's see how she does. Or I'll show you how it does. Okay, we will close that. That, go to left side first and call for some backup. Buff me. Buff me. Let's go. Here we'll start powering up. Oh, hello. Might have to come back clear that later, but we will do that. Let's go clear these ships heading towards the Kang. So here's the micromanager coming, so I'm gonna hit the Vovin. I didn't have it select the target, so I'm okay. Oh jeez, it's just ripping through these ships. So my aux power is fluctuating a little bit, but it actually hasn't really mattered. Clear these. Get off the Kang, please. That would be great. Thank you. Clear this one little straggler here before it causes any problems. Might as well just clear this off here too as well. Like a nanite probe here. Oh, did it not clear you? 7% hull, really? Okay, now we go to the right side there. Let's clear that. Again, Vovin's up. Look at it. It's really restored all my universal consoles again. Like it just melted. It just melted it. Oh, there you go. You can see off targeting, so then I can hit Vovin, and there is that. We're going to clear off the neg bars first before we attack the last docking station. Allow Vovin to proc one more time before we attack docking station. There you go. Now I got some of my consoles back up already. Let's do it. Oh, jeez. I mean, yeah, that's how it did. I'm pleasantly surprised on how this actually is performing with aux cannons, in all honesty, Caps. let's hit so, or if you want to, you can teleport. Watch. That's what it'll do. Just kind of get you there. You want to see how that works. But again, normally I just don't have anything targeted. Then I use it so I just don't lose my positioning. Okay, you can go now. So let's clear off this last group of Zeberg. I'm not going to be able to have time to... Do I have the consoles back? I think. Oh, maybe. Yep, there they are. They're back. Jeez. So good. It is so good. The aux can is definitely shocked me in terms of how they performed. Because of course this is not optimally built, and captains, you know by now when it comes to me building ships, it's more just for fun. That's part of the fun you have in store, or at least I do. When it comes to here is just trying out different things. And we're gonna go over here, take our shelfie. Captains, if you don't know what that is the ship selfie. And you caps know that I love how the lighting goes here. So this definitely might be the thumbnail right there, perhaps, maybe. But anyways, let's head out and give our final ECs. But one thing I forgot to mention, this ship is also based on, well, I'm gonna say based, it has the same ship as the Stargazer from also Starship Picard. But all they did was take out the lower nacelles. To me, I didn't like that decision. Plus, this actually has a kit bash ability with the Gagarin family of ships, which is kind of weird. I wouldn't kit bash it, to me personally. That's why I didn't do it. But it has that option in case you're wondering. This is not actually or share the kit bash ability with the Stargazer, but only the Gagarin, which is kind of weird to me personally. But why they made that decision, I don't know. But regardless, I kept it in this configuration. It just kind of looks weird. For me, what I wish they would have done to give it a very distinct look is possibly leave the nacelles on the bottom and take the nacelles out on the top and keep kind of Miranda look, you know? Maybe just keep this, maybe widen it a little bit, or put something here. Maybe not necessarily a roll bar, but maybe like a spoiler in space. I don't know. Could that be a thing? Maybe. I wish they kind of would have done that, or at least give us the option to have the nacelles here at the bottom, because I probably would have done that configuration, to be honest with you. But that's how she did. And wow, again, I was surprised. So we took this into a bunch of ISCs, and at first it was doing about 500. And of course, in different team configurations, you get different results, right? But it was being consistent between that 500 and actually even got up to the highest as like 600 mark to 650. But with the recent change that I did going with locators as opposed to the ISOMAX and going power to aux, this thing hit 673 just in the IC before this. So this has actually done better than a lot of my other builds that I've sort of just messed around with for fun. So I'm pleasantly surprised, like I keep saying that, of how this performs. So again, all I can say is, Admiral Mikey, thank you so much. This again video is dedicated to you for gifting us the ship. I hope you enjoyed this video, captains. I hope you enjoyed this video. This ship is available. You can get this through your event campaign, if I'm not mistaken. We weren't going to get it, but because it was gifted, well, here is the ship, and that's why I wanted to share this here on the bridge with you, Cap. So that's going to be the vid. Do us a favor, hit the like button, comment below, let us know what you thought of the ship, the build. If you have the ship, I'd be interested to know. And of course, if you're new here, consider subscribing to the YouTube bridge. And again, shout out to my caps there, but we'll leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.